Hello everyone and welcome to another mechanical repair video. I feel like I need to start calling myself the body cam man, the body cam mechanic, something like that. But anyway, this camera has worked out really good for these videos, so pardon the little camera in the way here of my beautiful okay, I need to quit talking about myself. Anyway, I'm sure you guys are really excited to see the replacement of these cruise control buttons, which is why you clicked on this video in the first place, or because you're a subscriber and this was just the next video that I uploaded, so you watched it anyway. In that case, thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, you should be. So without further ado, let's replace these cruise control buttons on this Ford Ranger. Now, replacing these cruise control buttons are really simple. It's a very straightforward process, and these aftermarket buttons didn't cost much on eBay at all. The first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. The main reason being that the annoying ignition chime doesn't annoy you to death, and you'll be taking the driver's airbag out. So you want to be safe and disconnect the battery. Once you've disconnected the battery, there are two bolts that need to be removed to take the driver's airbag out. Those can be accessed by popping these little covers out. There's one on each side of the steering wheel. They just look like that, little covers. Then using an 8mm socket, disconnect the bolts that hold the airbag to the steering wheel. And then the airbag comes right out of the steering wheel. Don't forget to disconnect the electrical connector. Now there are 4 Phillips screws that hold the switches to the steering wheel. You want to take those 4 screws out. Then you can remove the buttons from the steering wheel. Make sure that you remember the ground wire here that attaches to the steering wheel frame. Might be necessary at times to use a pair of pliers to get some of the connectors off. There we go. Then work the wires behind the steering wheel frame. Then disconnect the electrical connector for the cruise control buttons going to the clock spring. Now, because we can't get the wiring out from behind this horn switch here, we have to take the horn switches out to get the wiring out. You'll need a size T30 Torx bit to take these out. Once you have the horn switches out, you just pull the wiring out of the steering wheel frame. It's pretty easy. You might need 2 hands, but it's an easy job. Now, for safety reasons, I don't recommend disconnecting the wire harnesses from the new buttons to reduce the risk of damage. Just use caution when reinstalling the new wires. Now, once you have the wiring reinstalled, put the horn switches back in. Don't forget to connect the electrical connectors. Once you've gotten the wiring ran where you need it to go, don't forget to reinstall the screws to hold the cruise control buttons in place. And don't forget the ground wire on the top of the on-off switch. Once that's done, reinstall the airbag. Don't forget to connect the wire. Make sure it doesn't come into contact with any of the wires or the controls on the side. Then reinstall the 2 screws that hold the airbag to the steering wheel. Last but not least, pop the little covers back in on the steering wheel. And reconnect the battery if you want to go anywhere. Then pound your head as the broken ignition chime, which stays on despite the key being out of the ignition, annoys you half to death. Now, assuming everything has been put back together, the following things should work. First off, the engine should start. Next, check the operation of the horn. Finally, make sure the airbag light isn't on, indicating that the driver's airbag might not have been plugged back in properly. So once you've reached a speed at 30 miles per hour or more, press the on button and then the set button. And the pedal should hold itself, and if equipped, the green speed control light lights up on the dash. Press the accel button and it should accelerate. Press the coast button and it should decelerate. Tap the brake, the light should go out, press resume, and it should resume. Press the off button, and everything should cancel. And voila! It's working! And congratulations, you've replaced the cruise control buttons on your Ford Ranger. Last but not least, throw the old parts on the ground. As usual, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time, right after I'm done editing here.